Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Puck Witches, a vibes-based podcast where we yap about all things hockey. Today is January 16th, 2026. I'm your host, Champ, and this is my partner in crime, Saint. Saint, how you doing?
The new Animal Crossing update came out, so you'll never see me again.
Yep, literally sitting here going, I don't think Saint's wanting to talk about hockey.
I do want to talk about hockey, but I always want to talk about hockey.
All right, well, as always, we have a lot to discuss this episode, so let's jump right into it. Saint, we got to talk about it.
It went from a kind of quiet week to no longer being a quiet week.
And that seems to be the situation this year. You know, last year we had ups and down weeks and there was nothing really going on for some, and then everything would happen all at once. And for our first year of hockey, we thought that was wild. And then this season, oh boy. For those who don't know, the Rangers got their ass kicked by the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, I forgot that it was after
we recorded the podcast
last week. It was. I'm so sorry to
poor
our
Sarge,
good buddy Sarge, who watches us regularly and is a Rangers fan, because I guess it's amazing that the implosion happened after. But someone did. I do want to point out the very funny joke. So the Rangers had the second best away in the league, and then the second worst
home.
And then at the Bruins game,
which they lost 10-2.
10-2. There was a hat trick, a dick trick, and Pasta got 6 points.
I think there were 2 hat tricks.
It's 2 hat tricks.
Oh, hat trick and a trick. Yeah.
It's technically 2 hat tricks, but it was a hat trick and then a dick trick, and then
Lord of mercy.
So the joke of it is, though, that because the Bruins did a whiteout where they were wearing their away jerseys, and then the Rags had to wear their home jerseys, it fucked up the home and away so viscerally that's what had to happen.
And then they lost again to Seattle. And that was not great. To the point where fans were booing, as is to be expected with the season that the Rangers are having, because they were at home.
And I'm not usually a fan of booing, especially at home, but there's also kind of a line where you don't really have a choice but to boo when it's that bad. Right?
Like you wouldn't boo.
That was bad.
You wouldn't boo the Sharks in their awful era, right? They're bad.
You know they're bad, but
they're not going to be better.
Yeah, they're not. Everything sucks, but also, I don't know. I guess did I not say that everybody was overestimating the Rags and underestimating the Penguins? I've been saying it for months.
Yep.
And I feel like there's no better example than this, which is weekend. It's just huh?
And then today, we had, I go on my lunch break. We were talking about for this evening.
Minding my own business.
Minding my own business. And all of a sudden, the New York Rangers drop yet again another message letter to fans. And this one is again from Chris Drury. It was interesting because this is our first experience with the Rags falling apart. But they, the letter talks about how they understand that this is not how what the fans expected for the season. No one is happy, and that goes from the management to players and coaches. And while they've done well in the past, they're not anywhere closer to the cup than they were when they started their last retool. So they are going to do another retool. And it's interesting that they said that they're going to do a retool built around core players and prospects for the Rangers. And that it strikes me as very strange that they don't want to use their word rebuild. I know why, because it scares.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, it's a scary word.
Yeah,
but
sometimes you got to admit it.
Aren't you doing? Isn't that what you're doing?
That's what they're doing. You think about this for the Rangers. Who would you even consider the core players? I think of 2.
I mean, are we talking actual good core players?
Core players, yeah, actual good core players.
Because I mean, I feel like Adam Fox is very good.
He's my number 1. Shesterkin. That's my number 2.
Oh yeah, I did. That to me went without saying that you're not trading Shesterkin.
No. But thinking about that, is Shesterkin is 30, 32. He's older.
So he's older. So are you wondering maybe if they go
By the time they get through the rebuild.
that yeah, so well, and I guess are they saying basically that they're not trying like they're saying they're not trying to win, right? Like they're like we're done, fire sale, everybody go home. Like you know what
I
I
wouldn't
mean?
be
Like
shocked.
because that's kind of what you're saying, right? That like you have to get rid of players that are older and then hang on to players that are younger because how long do you expect like how long do they expect this fucking retool to last?
Yeah.
Like
I
I
just think
don't
that I saw somebody say it that with how the last season went, they should have gone ahead and jump started the air quote retool. They hired Mike Sullivan.
yes.
I mean they got summer picks. Like they had people that they were shockingly trading for. But when you trade Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba last season, that's when you go, okay, our core is now gone. We need to start building a new core. And apparently the core right now is Zibanejad, JT Miller, Gavrikov, and Shesterkin, who are all 30 plus. And again, this is somebody.
Have they said that? Have
No,
they said like that? Okay.
That's the assumption.
Okay.
Zibanejad has a no movement clause, and he is dead set on not moving.
Which that was the big thing I think last year, right? Was that like how is Zibanejad not gone? And it was like, well, he can't be gone.
Yeah,
like
they
he literally
pressured
just
Jacob
can't be.
Trouba not to leave or to leave, and the only reason that he did was because he had the no trade clause to a couple of teams, and so like they pressured him to leave. They pressured Chris Kreider to leave, and Zibanejad's like, no, I know what it's in my contract.
Yeah, which is like more than fair of like,
Yeah.
that's his contract. Like
yeah, we talked about that last week where that you give them out for a reason. There is a reason that they're going to use it. You can't be upset when they do. Like you did this, or the organization
like, you chose
did this.
Yeah, like you cannot like. I mean, you can
bitch and moan about it, but you can't say it to the media.
Like, yeah, like you. This was your choice. You did not have to give them this clause, and you did. So
here's my question to you. Here's my question to you. Who do you keep on the Rangers now that the rebuild is happening? The retool is happening. Or who do you trade? How about that? We'll start with that. That seems like
trade. Well, so you can't trade Zibanejad.
Yeah. JT Miller's your captain. You gonna trade him after a year?
They've already done it. Like it's not
fair.
That's old Pat. We've traded captains all the time. Like
especially the Rangers,
because he has no like long-standing history there. I mean, I guess I would definitely keep Lafreniere.
Really?
Shesterkin.
Okay.
I mean, I don't. He's not. He's younger. He's 2001, so 25. Though, again, how long do you expect this rebuild to be? Like, I get the problem is if you look at anybody's stats right now, they're all dog shit
because everything sucks. Yeah.
So it's like, how are you getting an accurate judgment? I think first of all, you keep Adam Fox. He's from Jericho, New York, which is right outside of a place called Hicksville. But it is in New York City, basically New York City. So like, I mean, Quick is old. You're not keeping like he was not meant to be your one. It's just because Shesterkin's
out,
injured, out. But I guess that really is what determines what happens. Is do you expecting the rebuild to take? That's why they're calling it a retool.
Yeah,
but how long is your retool taking? Is it taking 2 to 3 years? Is it taking 5 years? Because if it's taking 5 years, anybody is fair game. There's almost nobody on this list except maybe Adam Fox that I would like hang on to for dear life.
Yeah.
In a short-term situation, but in a long-term situation of more than like 3 years, nobody is safe. I don't really understand who they're talking about when they're talking about their core. I don't know enough about
the Rangers. I do know that they pulled Artemi Panarin into a private meeting, and it was described as an honest meeting by a source at the New York Rangers. They told him that he will not be extended, and I'm not shocked by that. It didn't look like they were going to extend him in the first place.
Yeah.
They want to find him an opportunity somewhere else, where the thing that just came down is that they want to get him traded before the trade deadline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
then
I guess.
I'm not shocked by that. But I think it's going to be a harder sell again because, you've seen what he can do. I don't think he's a bad player. I do think he's a bad person. But it'll be a matter of, who has the money for him. They've also been asking about Vincent Trocheck. That one's a little like, okay. It's the same reason that we were like, why is he on the Olympic team?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle DeBoss offer sheet Fox right fucking now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go
honestly,
right ahead, like, well, that was what the rumor was for like Jason Robertson, which is not fucking happening.
No.
He's just not, like, don't do that. But like for a player where on a team that isn't in contention, if the Pens are currently right now third in the Metro, like, that's kind of what you do, right? Like, you gotta
try it. Why not?
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, are you trying or are you not? Like,
the St. Louis Blues broke the rules when they offer sheeted Holloway and Broberg.
Yeah,
the unspoken rule, I should say. And
why
not? Why not?
Thing. Yeah,
why not?
So, like, do you go in and you go, yep, I would like, I want this guy, offer sheet it and see what happens. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If you're going for, the problem is, are the pieces available for a retool? We talked about it with the trade season anyways, is that, like, there's not a ton of people that aren't locked in, like, the people who you might want on your team, they're not here. So, like, they're not available. So how's that going to go?
I did see that Panarin, one of the conversation spots would be to the Wild. I don't know how you do that to the Wild.
They have cap? They don't have any cap space.
They signed Kaprizov for $17 million.
Yeah, like, that doesn't seem.
And Quinn Hughes is getting ready to, like, he will probably resign there. Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, bruh, like,
how are you getting that? How are you getting that? Like, how is that happening?
I don't know. I do think it is funny that JT Miller was at the center of two teams imploding this year. Again.
Yeah, it's almost like he's not
a good person.
Yeah, that's kind of
Lord. Now here's my question to Rags fans. What happened this year? Like, why did it fall apart? It was falling apart last year, but then you had the steps in place to start fresh with the new coach. What changed this year to make it fall apart so badly? Was it the locker room culture?
Yeah, like, because again, everybody did not expect it to be this bad.
Yeah.
Like, or at least I should say, many of the sources I found were like, they were
Rags were wild card spot.
Yeah, like,
or maybe at the bottom of the at the Metro. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they were expected to be better than the Pens. They were expected to be better than a lot of teams, not to immediately go into a retool. Like, I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. It just seems weird.
And it could have been the fact that, I mean, I know that they have a ton of injuries right now.
Yes, they do. Which, I mean, like, that definitely doesn't help in, like, especially, like, skewing your perceptions of what is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh yeah, absolutely, we're totally fine. And I mean, look at the Penguins. Honestly, would we be doing better with less injuries? Like, we had that really bad streak with Gino where it was like, and now EK's out, but we've managed to, like, hold our own for that. Tanger's really stepped up.
Hello.
But I worry, Tanger's like OG stats again, but, like, I worry for the long term of that.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it does always suck when you lose a valid competitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's not fun when a team is super, super bad. Like, I like the competitiveness of hockey. However, in the Eastern race, we could stand to have a few. I don't mind having a few worse teams.
Once again, this is where we differ, because if the Canucks are good, then I'm not happy.
I mean, like, I don't want the Rags to be great.
No, I don't want the Canucks to win any game.
Yeah, no, you want them to be, like, literally the bottom of the barrel.
Correct.
But, like, I want a little bit of spite because or, like, a little bit of fight in them at least.
Sure.
Because it's fun to watch, like
the
New
Battle
Jersey
of
Devils
Pennsylvania.
Versus the Rags.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's not curb stomping, in my opinion, is only fun sometimes. You know what I mean?
I think it has to be like,
you've got to have.
If you were a Boston Bruins fan, number one, all day, every day, you are a diehard, you bleed, yellow and black. The game on Saturday would have been the
Oh,
best
I'd
thing
have
that's
lost
ever
my
happened.
mind. Absolutely lost my mind.
But
So
like
beautiful.
watching it
Love it.
watching it from a distance, you're like, yay. Ooh. Like
Yeah, you just kinda, ooh.
you have to wince. Like, I mean, but that happened earlier this year with the Oilers. We got curb stomped by the freaking Avs, and as an Oilers fan, I was like, ugh, okay, boys, like, what is going on? So like, I get it, and I feel for Rangers fans because like, you know, we've not experienced that. You've kind of experienced it more than I have, but I wasn't around for the decade of darkness with the Oilers. And I know that one day it will be back. Like, it will swing right back around. I am currently ignoring that fact and mourning everybody else. Like, that sucks for everybody else.
Sucks for everybody else. Not me right now.
Yep.
Stay safe, y'all.
Stay safe, y'all.
I mean, my first 2 years as a Pens fan were fucking pure misery.
Your first season, your first month, you lost Jake Gensel.
Yeah, it was pretty rough out there. Like,
that just shows how dedicated and loyal you are.
Yes, which I do think it made me a better fan overall
in the long term.
Because it's like, but I can see how being a fan of a team that's really good would cause psychological damage when they lose because you're just so used to winning. And I don't think it's healthy. I think I do like it when things are kind of a little tighter in the race. I mean, obviously dominating is fun. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure every Avs fan is higher than a kite right now. But like,
yeah, but think about it. The Avs fan, when they lost 2 in a row, started crashing out.
Yeah, and I'm like, but that's what I mean. I'm like, get a fucking grip.
Yeah, like, you've lost 4 games.
Let's look at some perspective, motherfuckers. Like, look at anyone else in the league. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so annoyed. The hater in me is gonna be so annoyed if they break like the records. I
mean, it's coming, buddy. I'm just warning you. We're in January and they're already at 80 points.
It's so fucking annoying.
All right, well, speaking of major changes, the Blue Jackets fired their head coach, which I did not see coming.
No, that's kind of strange, right? Like,
he was not the coach I expected to go this season.
No, that's where I'm like, huh? Like, what? Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they were having the Pens problem where they were a terrible third period team. Like a terrible third period team. And I mean, you saw that. Us. Nobody beats you. Us. That doesn't count because that's breaking statistics. But like, they would come in and then they would be close and then the third period would hit and they would fall apart. So like, I reading about the CBJ fans who were like, this is a great thing because we need something to like fix the environment of the locker room. And then they hire Rick Bowness, aka Bones. I don't know about him a lot, but I do know that he's been coaching since 1984.
Oh, okay. So
he's up there. And the interesting part was, so Don Waddell called him and was just wanting to get some conversations or questions about a potential trade, was talking to him about, you know, the fact that they fired their coach and that, you know, just talking. And then apparently he mentioned the coaching job. And so Bonus looked at his wife and he goes, hey, wait until you hear this one. And and he took the position. And, you know, he, so far in the past week, okay, he has turned it around, so they have won 3 games in a row, which is not great because you face the Pens tomorrow, I believe. He was surprised about the call, and you know, he really just wants to make sure that he's healthy and his wife is okay. And apparently the wife was like, no, we need to be back in hockey. I'm sick of being retired, which is such a hockey wife move.
Yeah, like, that's how I would be like, oh my God, I'm so fucking bored.
I know. I'd be like, can we go to a game, please? So it was interesting to see, like, that he did this, like, completely turned back around. He has coached dads of 3 of the current Blue Jackets. So that tells you how old he is.
And it tells you that he's in this for the, you know what I mean?
He loves the game, right? He coached Mason Marchman's dad, Mike Sillinger, who's Cole Sillinger's dad, and Miles Wood, who's Randy Wood is Miles Wood's dad. So like that's crazy.
Yeah, like holy shit.
The funny part was after their third victory, this is my favorite messy bitch, okay? Elvis Merzlikins comes out and they're talking in an interview and they're like, you've got 3 wins at home in a row, 2 at home, new coach, what changed? And Elvis Merzlikins, who's the goalie, comes out and goes, yeah, new coach. Like,
I saw that. I'm like, holding 0 punches, which is kind of what the Pens did.
Yeah. The Pens did it kind of respectfully. Elvis Merzlikins was like, fuck that guy.
We got a new coach. Like, we got a new coach. Like, I mean, and he's not wrong. Like, sometimes even if it's not good in the long term, is like players will bounce back a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they'll, even if it's just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they always have why you hear all of these stories about the new coach boost is because they come in, there's a shift of, oh, thank God we got that toxic guy out, or, oh, thank God we have somebody who's going to finally listen to us, or, oh, thank God, just a fresh set of eyes. And that's why we see the swing. Like, that's why the Oilers went on a 17-game win streak in 2024. Because Knobloch came in and was like, listen, dudes, chill out. You are in your heads so much. And they were.
Yeah.
I will say, hearing just, I don't know how I've ended up on CBJ TikTok, or not TikTok, CBJ Twitter. Because all of a sudden I'm seeing like these cute stories and I'm like, can he become the Oilers coach? I love Knobloch. Question some of his decisions, but
I think Knobloch is suffering from like just
in his head too much.
Yeah, like he just kind of like, he's a new coach. It's sometimes what Dan Muse is doing too, is where it's like new coach doesn't have it on lock
the
yet.
Experience.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's like okay, we'll get there, but
the stories that came out, this was at a practice after a pregame after yesterday, and he goes, he's still learning his players' names, so he's also having to figure out nicknames. And he asked, somebody will say Mo, and he has to say, who's Mo? I don't know who Mo is.
I don't know who this man is. Someone help me.
And so then he came to one of the pregame medias with a cheat sheet. It was like, I know who Tuna is. And we're like,
I know,
as somebody who does not watch the Blue Jackets, I'm like, who's Tuna?
That's so fucking funny, though, of like,
and
it's that's just because it's like when we were talking about stuff like when you first get into hockey and you're like, who the hell is that?
Exactly.
Like, just who is that?
Breadman? What are you talking about? Breadman?
What are you talking about? They have the dumbest fucking nicknames.
They do.
I'm very
love their
hockey nicknames. Love hockey nicknames. Like, they're so fun. However, just also sometimes a little dumb.
It reminds me of Firehouse nicknames.
Yes, or I mean, I feel like it's just nicknames in general. There's a running joke in like the military that whoever, like, your dumb call sign or like whatever,
it's never what you want.
Well, it's never what you want. And the joke is that whoever, if they have a badass nickname, it's usually for the dumbest reason, because it's sarcastic. It's like, what a fucking clown show you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody who has like a chill, silly nickname is usually the actual threat.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite tropes, but it has a basis
Soap
in reality.
From Modern Warfare.
I wasn't gonna say it because he cleans fucking house. But like,
I'm just thinking there for us, this is another deep dive, is Chimney from 911.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, he could have been called Rebar. Like, nicknames are so good. Chimney was before. He gets stuck in a chimney, which is hilarious. So, but right now, just seeing all of the stuff that's coming out of the Blue Jackets, it's really inspiring to see like how an old coach handles the current mindset of a I would call them a broken team, right? Because they kind of were. And they, instead of like, finishing practice off with just stretches, they played a game. And the Rick Bowness was like, it's just a game. Like, sometimes you gotta have a little fun out there, especially at this time of year, which is such a good mindset. Like, we talk about them needing to go and do, like, players needing to go and do escape rooms together, go to a Broadway show, go do a team building bonding exercise. Like, please just get out of the rink and stop putting it in your head.
Like, hockey is supposed to be, like, don't get me wrong, it's a sport. These guys get paid millions, but
Right.
like, it's their sanity, right?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta let them have some fun. Just a little, like,
It's a game.
just a little
Like, I
bit
know
of
it's your
fun.
job, but it's a
Yeah,
game.
but it's a game. You gotta let them have a little bit of fun here and there.
Remember
For
when
the love of God.
that's one of the reasons we fell in love with hockey, is because it was whimsical.
Yeah.
Football is intense. There's very little whimsy. My favorite
was
part
gonna
of football is when the big guy gets it and runs, and he is about as fast as I am running.
I think it's fun too, just the energy that they'll have for stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but in football can be fun. But it is, I think, a much less, they don't play as many games as hockey does. And so
Right.
there is much less room for error and
Yes.
much less room for like tomfoolery. Like,
Exactly.
funny shit happens because it's there, but like, it's not, it's just not feasible in that kind of a thing. Hockey is a lot different.
Yeah.
In that way.
And that's why we love it.
Yeah, truly.
In other news, and I know this hurts you, but Buffalo's in a playoff spot.
I mean, the thing is that I have a dear friend who
Yep.
loves Buffalo. And this is, I think, my fault a little bit.
Okay.
Because, and I will not, it was just this dumb thing where I was like, I had joked to someone that if you do this, I will hex you so bad it'll make the Buffalo Sabres playoff curse look like a joke.
I remember this.
And it was like a genuine threat. It was just a joke, like on Tumblr. And since I made that joke, it was really Heated Rivalry. That's what kickstarted
Heated Rivalry did it.
But like, I feel like I made that joke, and now they're gonna make the playoffs.
They should. They deserve it. Oh my God.
I think hockey is better when Buffalo is got a sports team. You know what I mean? Like, that's in playoffs. Like, I think Buffalo is such a hockey town. And Buffalo is such a sports city in general. They do not really waver. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're committed to their teams. Yeah, Bills fucking Mafia. Absolutely insane. And that extends everywhere in that area. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be Erie, it'll be Rochester, it'll be Syracuse, it'll be all of the areas around it. Like, it's that whole like corner of New York. Yeah, it's Bills Mafia. So I think to have that for the Sabres hockey would be really fun for the sport. Hopefully, like I hope it is. Like I don't know for sure, but I hope that's what happens.
So here's a wild out there prediction. Okay. All right. This might age really poorly because they play this weekend. Bills play. They don't have the Chiefs this year in the finals.
That's what I said. I was like, "There's Dad. There's no Chiefs." Like,
if the Bills get past, if the Bills go to the Super Bowl and Buffalo gets in a playoff spot, maybe even gets past their first round, do you think the city of Buffalo explodes?
I definitely think you have to be concerned. I mean, the only thing that's like a saving grace is that it's winter here.
Yeah.
Like, that'll temper some vibes.
Yeah, well, I like Buffalo a lot. I'm kind of cheering for the Bears. I'm so sorry.
Fuck off.
I just think it'd be funny. Listen, I don't really care about football, but I do want the Bears to win just because it would reset the timeline that broke when the Cubs lost or won.
Okay.
So that's the crazy thing is that Buffalo is in a playoff spot. And the Leafs are doing okay. They're doing decent.
I want the Leafs to do okay.
I know,
but that's my thing. Is like so if I'm looking at the divisions, right? Like, the Sabres aren't in the Metro. So to me, the only ones I give a shit about in the Atlantic, it's like the Bruins were my Atlantic team. The Sabres are like, I'm happy when they do well, because it's the Sabres and I have family who like the Sabres and all that. So like, that's fun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not super versed in their lore, their players really necessarily, but like, if anyone's gonna do well in the Atlantic, I will take the Sabres over the almost every other team.
Sure, I
Except
get
the
it.
Bruins. Whereas in the Metro, it's like, fuck off, I hope you all die. Because that's the Metro. Like,
yeah. But the Leafs did okay. And here's my question: do you think that firing the power play coordinator was all that they needed, or is it deeper?
I have no. I think that it's really early to tell if they're gonna like, because they're not in a playoff spot.
Nope. They did play in Divorce Bowl last night, which was
They did play Divorce Bowl. Again,
for those
the
who
East
don't
is
know, the Divorce Bowl is Vegas.
all
versus...
ESPN could talk about in the middle of the fucking Pens game. Like, there's not anything else going on.
Yeah, Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Divorce Bowl was Vegas and the Leafs because of Mitch Marner. And man, Saint, I only saw clips of it, but it looked painful.
I didn't pay any attention. Other than I saw that like it was a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it didn't look fun.
They lost.
I didn't even know who won.
They lost. The Leafs lost in overtime.
Lost.
In overtime.
In overtime. Okay, which is honestly in those scenarios the best case scenario, right? Like,
yeah,
if you're gonna
the Leafs were ahead by quite a bit.
Oh, so they choked.
Yeah, shocking.
Well,
not really that many people.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is what it is. It is what it is.
But of course, the whole question was about to Austin Matthews. Are you excited to play against Mitch Marner today? You know, he's your best friend, and Austin Matthews looked pissed, and William Nylander looked pissed.
I imagine that for them, it's kind of like a shut the fuck up challenge where it's like, do we really have to go through this all the goddamn time?
Yeah.
You know, like where they just nobody will give it a rest. And I feel like that has to be
exhausting,
pretty annoying for them. Yeah. And like, I get it. Like, I can see that is annoying.
I mean,
Austin
Matthew quite literally told one of the reporters enough Mitch questions. Like,
yeah, which is funny because like, but like they get it all the time. Like it's just endless for them. So it's like I don't blame them for.
I don't either. I don't. I think I do think that it was interesting seeing the difference between the Leafs' response to the whole thing versus Marner's response to the whole thing. Marner could not stop waxing poetic, and I get it. Do you think Mitch Marner regrets leaving the Leafs?
No.
Really? Okay.
I think that he misses his friends on that team dearly, but I don't think he gives a shit about like
the city of Toronto.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I don't. Well, he's a hometown boy, so it's not necessarily that. It's more just that like I don't think it matters to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that he had to get out. He had no choice. Like he's done. And so it's one of those things where mentally you can't think about it like that because there is no other option. He had to get out of there. Like it was going to destroy him in whatever capacity. So it's like, well, if he has, it is what it is. And I think that's his mindset is where he's just like, yep, I'm done. Like it is what it is. So there's no point in like getting super upset about it or like trying to do the what ifs because they're not trading him back. He's not going back. So what's the point in, the what ifs? I think I wonder if I think there's probably a bit of resentment from the others that they're probably upset that Marner left.
Yeah.
In some, no matter, not necessarily that he's gone, but just in the way that it went, maybe. I'm not really sure. Like, it's hard to say. But yeah, that whole thing was just messy.
All right.
Messy.
Well, Saint, do we have a sponsor today?
We do have a sponsor today. Today's sponsor is Saint Astra, Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist. You can support her by purchasing from her Etsy or subscribing on twitch.tv/Saint Astra. Use your free Prime sub and get access to awesome emotes. Saint Astra's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with the perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the Saint Astra hockey-related DIY fund.
let's turn to our one-timer topic where we take one shot at the biggest story of the week. This week's topic is the impact of heated rivalry on the hockey world. Saint, there was an incredible Reddit post by user Humble Interest talking about everything that has happened since Heated Rivalry came out, including the fact that StubHub has seen a 40% surge in hockey tickets, which I find insane.
That's fucking crazy.
That's incredible. Because the show's not really about hockey. Like, it is.
No, it's sort of like how the settings in Hallmark movies don't matter.
Right.
It's like nobody gives a shit that the small town business is a coffee shop. Like that's just the setting of it. But I think it does matter, especially in Heated Rivalry, because
of the culture.
So much. Yeah, well, and the story of Heated Rivalry is not a case of, so usually in romances, specifically like in mainstream ones, it tends to be like interpersonal conflicts, right? It's like this person is upset about something that the other character did, or there's something like dividing them emotionally, not necessarily culturally or societally. And I think that was such a big appeal specifically for Ilya's and Shane's arc over like
everybody else's.
Well, so there's the other arcs, they're not other hockey players. Like, yes, being gay is a huge fucking big deal.
Yeah.
We still don't have an actually out NHL or ex-NHL player. But like the way that the characters are involved in the world of hockey impacts the story so much that it has no choice but to be a major part of the story.
Yeah.
I don't think this works, I think, in any, like, people had been talking about it, right? Like, how would you do a like a lesbian version of this, like a female version of this? This would not work.
Yeah.
The same way in women's ice hockey, because we have out gay players. It wasn't always that way. Do not get me wrong. And there's still a lot of like transphobia and internalized misogyny and homophobia in that league specifically. Like, even though there are out players who are married and on the same team. But a better example would be something like ice figure skating.
Yeah.
Where it's much more about like hyper femininity and a lot like that, to me, is the closest parallel, and that was the parallel that a lot of other people brought up in discussions. And I think other sports work in the same way on the male end of it, but not all of sports. You know, like
I can agree.
The
There's
setting
just something
does matter.
It does, but it's interesting that more people are like, oh, I want to go see a hockey game. I think it's great. I think it's
great to a degree.
Right. I do think it's great to grow the game in this way. Kind of how we got into hockey is because I wrote a fan fiction about hockey, and good God, don't even get me started. Like, I can't look at that fan fiction now because I'm like, they wouldn't say that.
They wouldn't say that. He would not do that. That's me in my old fics where I'm like, I run
just so
I was reposting my fan fictions from 2009. I've been into fan fiction and writing fan fiction for longer than some people have been alive. Who are currently writing for fan fiction. Like, I've literally I deleted my first fics, but my first fanfics were written over 20 years ago and posted on fanfiction.net over 20 years ago. I think it was like 22 years ago, 21.
Crazy. You're old.
So yeah, fuck you. So, but yeah, it means I have knowledge and experience.
Right. But so I mean, it's not unheard of for.
No, this is a big part, which we will not get into because I believe there's a boundary about it. Like, I think there should be a boundary about it. I will say that. But the narratives of hockey and the chemistry between hockey players and the world of hockey is incredibly enticing to a lot of people who would otherwise be involved in fictional stories. And so
that's what we got into it. It literally is how we did.
We literally were like, oh my God, the narratives.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the narratives. Like, that was what drew you into Oilers hockey. And then that's what drew me into Pens hockey specifically, was the narrative between like the big three and Flower and Sid's journey and Chino's journey. Like, it was fascinating. It's a story.
Yeah.
I think all sports have that, where it's like, it's a story that's really cool and interesting. And so I think the sports aspect of it definitely lent itself, where like, oh, well, these narratives are already present in real life sports.
Yeah.
So of course people who are reading this are going to go, well, what's the real life equivalency? Like, what's the real life stuff to this because that's interesting to people. People like stories. We're human beings, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
And so it's just interesting recently that, I mean, it went from not being not
it was
mainstream.
pretty niche.
It
Like,
was
it was
it
a
was
popular
niche.
it was niche in or how about this? It was in a specific group of people.
Right.
It was not mainstream. It was very, very, very popular in its
Correct.
group of people.
And then
Like,
episode 4 came out, and now arenas are playing all the things she said, or yeah, all the things she said. We've
it
got,
re-entered the charts.
I know. And so, like, I mean, season 1 has a 98% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because it's
Episode
good.
5 is the top rated TV episode of 2025. All the things she said has it jumped more than 139,000% on Spotify globally. It's the most successful original debut series of all time on Crave. Like, it exploded. And I do think that some of I have to give credit to What Chaos. Oh my gosh, those guys have been incredible.
Seriously.
Incredible at just not promoting it, but talking about it with such a healthy like mindset of it. I'm so sorry they called you painfully straight in the New York Times.
So funny.
But then
but like, I'm glad that they were into it before everybody else.
Yep.
That jumped on the bandwagon because it became popular.
Right.
And they have authentic and genuine respect for it and genuinely enjoyed it. And they're my favorite of the male hockey, like,
yeah, I agree. And then, I mean,
podcasts
literally
that have
just
gone into this.
DJ and Pete were like talking about how like the NHL should be thanking the fucking stars for this show. Like,
And
you talk about growing the sport in the South. Everybody knows that they want to grow the sport in the South. And I get it. You want to grow to people who have never seen hockey before because it's a great sport. This is just as important then. Like, you have to accept people the way they are. Looking at you, Gary Bettman.
And that's the problem is like, you're gonna take the NHL is happy to take money from the ticket sales of people who are into Heated Rivalry. They're happy to take money from ticket sales and for queer people and women who buy their merch. They will not protect women. They will not protect queer people. They will ban Pride tape and only stop because the backlash came back out. They will like slowly eke away at Pride nights.
Yep.
They will, like, it's not like those of us who've been around, even not even for a while, but just at all, and know the history of it. Fuck you, NHL, from the bottom of my heart.
Yep.
I love this sport. It does not love me back.
Yeah.
And I think everyone who's involved in hockey culture and perpetuating this very, very toxic culture, hockey is a cult. It fits almost every definition of it, except because, and many sports do, but hockey's specific, mega rich, like, just the whole pipeline is terrifying to me. And so I kind of want to say, fuck off, Bettman, because how dare you talk about this show? You are
with
the
high
villain.
praise. He is the villain.
Praise.
He's quite literally the villain in book 2.
Because I will be very interested to see in season 2
how they handle
the response is, because it is going to. Rachel Reid calls them out in this. That was one of the best parts of The Long Game, was the fact that she is a hockey fan. She's from Nova Scotia. She loves hockey. She grew up loving hockey and knows fucking puck. So of course she's going to use her real life experiences and her knowledge of hockey culture and what goes on in the hockey world and make it part of the story in a realistic way. And the realistic way is that the fear that these guys have is absolutely founded.
Yes.
The negative reactions they get, and a lot of it, because it is a fictional book and like the romances, they talk about that, like, oh, well, it's more that he was dating Ilya Rozov. It's more that they're rivals. They're not necessarily upset that they're gay. It's that they're gay hockey players together.
Right.
And I do think there's a bit of truth in that, because it forces homophobic players and players who are it's okay as long as you keep it away from me homophobic, where if you just have a boyfriend or like a husband who is secluded away and hides himself, they can kind of put up a barrier of separation in their mind on it. And when that other person is a hockey player, it is out in their face. You
Yeah.
have to acknowledge it directly and then confront your own biases in that
Mhm.
way. I do hope and am like seeing that it is better for the culture overall. I think hockey fans in general who don't like this can fuck all the way off. If you want hockey to survive the next 20 years, this cannot be an old white boys club anymore. It just can't. The numbers aren't there.
Especially what we saw this week, and I'm not going to bring it up, but especially what we saw this week in Washington D.C. Like if you're going to do that, you're quite literally
Well, like, how are you gonna tell me how much how much you care? Okay.
you're quite literally
Yeah,
excluding so many people just by that image, right?
yeah. Because so many people are gonna go, "Oh, fuck that shit."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. Fuck you. I am not involved in that narrative.
But I will say I need everybody to give Francois Renard his flowers. He's Scott Hunter in the show.
Bye, King.
Who, Gary Bettman came out and was like, yeah, great show, great for, we're really intrigued by the storyline. I binged it all in one night. And then he goes, yeah, okay, but if you're gonna use our name, then back it up. Like, stop banning pride tapes and jerseys. And I literally saw that and I was like, honestly, I didn't really care about the Scott Hunter storyline. Like, I know why it's important, but I'm sitting here like, all of a sudden,
it was handled well in the show.
All of a sudden, Scott Hunter, I would die for you.
Yep.
And honestly, you know who else I would die for? Mikhail Sergachev. Oh my god, I love that man so much because he literally this week he is the first NHL player to A, follow Rachel Reed, the author, and B is who Ilya's almost based off, like the speech patterns.
Based on like 12
of course, and
characters.
so is Shane.
But yes, that.
But like the speech patterns are from Mikhail Sergachev. Man, that man shot up in my whole fucking like that's he's doing the bare minimum, right? But like he's doing more than others.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's the thing is like in ye olden days we were very concerned about like we called it like corporate pride.
Yes.
And we had reason to be because it ended up being that like these corporations, trust me, I would rather have corporate pride than no pride.
Right.
But the reality is that they will turn their heels on you at any given moment because they want what makes money. And what's funny is queer people make money. Like people who like the majority of Americans are cool with queer people.
Yep.
And so when you aren't cool, they go, yo, what the fuck? like it's just astounding to me, the level of stupidity.
And then you have
homophobia.
like Hudson Williams, who plays Shane, who has told like Sirius XM that all of these closeted pro athletes, including hockey players, have reached out. And like we all know that there has to be some sort
that's been admitted in previous
like that's not shocking.
That there are like there was that whole story of a hockey player who literally was going to do the press conference and couldn't go through with it. Like they had called the press conference and couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Gay people are here. They will always be here. They're there. And then there's players who have said, oh, we know that there are gay players. We know who they are.
Yep.
But I think it's
not, and it isn't up to them to out their
no.
companions.
And I will say for all the shit giving hockey culture in general, I do think it is commendable that they're able to do that. I think some of it is sort of like it's for both the right and the wrong reasons, right? Like it's wrong that they have to hide and that they feel they have to hide. However, it is appreciated because obviously someone who's a piece of shit could try to use that against someone to ruin their career because it would be career ruining. To pretend that it's not to this even now career ruining is silly because it is career ruining. It absolutely is.
So Heated Rivalry, I as much as I enjoyed you like as a show on your own, I think I enjoyed it more just because of the conversations that it has started in the hockey community. I don't, not Bettman and all of them, but just in general, like it's been so refreshing to see the community come together and be like, oh yeah, like we know, and we are going to start pushing to do better because then you have people like the Caps who they're hosting their 10th Pride Night this tomorrow. They're hosting their 10th Pride Night tomorrow. They are, the Caps, we joke, haha, they love each other, but they are very, very close. They are constantly trying to build the LGBTQ community to the game. Same with the Bruins, like Nikita Zadorov going out not Nikita Zadorov.
Charlie McAvoy went out on
Yes,
like,
Pride.
there's players that have been out about Pride for
Yeah.
a long time. I will
Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
Who was like,
he
we're wearing
the Oilers were the ones who
Yep.
got Pride tape. Like, he donated to get Pride tape in. Like, the Oilers started it with the Pride tape. Like,
we are going to Pride Night in Edmonton.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. We're so excited.
I'm just happy. I think that this is it starts these community this conversation to try and show support in a different way, even if the NHL itself as an institution won't.
Yes, and I think that, like, that's so important in that way of, like, listen, I get it. Change doesn't happen overnight. Not everyone can stop being a piece of shit. You know, if you have that hate in your heart. I mean, first of all, there's just no excuse.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what your religion says. It's not like, we talked about it actually in person, or well, not in person, but on Discord. There's no such thing as a thought crime, right?
Right.
If you want to be a homophobic piece of shit, fine. But you keep that shit to yourself. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Just keep it to yourself. That's all. Go fuck off and just don't make it my problem. I don't want to have to hear about how I don't deserve to have rights, or people I love don't deserve to have rights.
Exactly.
Like, that's just not, you don't get to do that. Like, that's your opinion stop mattering when they infringe on other people's rights.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, your opinion, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, that's, as an American, you fuck all the way off, because your rights just don't. That's American
I can't
rights.
wait for season 2.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so fucking excited.
I can't wait for everything to implode.
Yeah, I think, and I'm excited for, she's announced that she will be doing a third book as well, and it
Unrivaled, baby.
Unrivaled is directly going to talk about
all
some
of
the
this stuff. Yep.
Yeah, like,
can't wait.
That.
Thank you, Rachel Reed, for your contributions.
Yes. Honestly, like, shout out. She seems like a great person too, and like, just like, I'm so happy that it was hockey that did this, and the sport that I love is getting this.
Right.
And I hope that fans that are into hockey now because of Heated Rivalry, I hope they do their due diligence. And I am happy that the sport is succeeding. I just hope the right lessons are taken from it, as opposed to fuck you, Gary Bettman. From the bottom of my heart, fuck you.
All right, well, let's move into Sportsmanlike Conduct, because we
on the heels of that.
Saint, we talked a lot of shit tonight.
We didn't even really talk about, like, hockey too much. I mean, we talked about the rags.
We talked about drama. There wasn't anything. Yeah. I mean, the rags is about the. I mean, I could have
talked about the Battle of Pennsylvania and how much fun that was.
Yep. Well, you beat the Flyers. The Oilers got completely...
every single forward in the Penguins got
must be fucking nice.
Night.
All right. Yeah, sorry, well, let's spin this wheel.
What a shame.
I know. I got goalied.
Yeah, you got goalied hard, bud.
Oh, please keep going. Please keep going. Please keep going. Please. God damn it!
Well, you see.
It's the Ducks. Anaheim Ducks.
I
got one. I like Dark Trouba. Speaking of liberals.
I like Dark Woke.
Dark Woke Trouba.
Okay, that's
we
funny.
didn't like him in when he was on the rags and he went after started Captain Elbowing, but he's no longer on the rags, and I haven't seen him throw many punches. And if he is, he's allowed to, because usually he's going after fucking pieces of shit. And you know what? Isn't that hockey?
Isn't that hockey? Yep, that's what. We did used to shit talk Captain Elbow. However, I think you could use those powers for good, sir.
You will be reincarnated as a beautiful lotus flower.
Which
I did see that.
Yep, someone did make that sign, and then it came up true. It's so fucking funny. I think the Ducks have some of the coolest jerseys historically in the league.
Oh, okay. The purple?
It is, yes, the eggplant purple with the teal, the original Mighty Ducks logo.
Yep.
Like, that shit was so fire. Like, so good.
Can we please have more purple? God damn.
Yeah, like, just where is the purple? Those jerseys are so good. Yep. I think it's also really, really funny how they picked that one kid named
McQueen. Yes,
so that he could have
McQueen.
No, it was McQueen. Yeah, It was McQueen, and then so that he could have Lightning McQueen, and then took him to the world. I think that's hysterical. That's so funny.
They also had it was an early draft pick last year. Was it Sinicki? Bennett Sinicki, who was the kid who looked so shocked at the draft that he got picked that high. That lives in my head rent free whenever
like
I'm shocked by
so
something.
fucking cute,
It's
right?
so
Like
good.
just so funny. Yeah. So I appreciate that. I appreciate your badass jerseys. That should absolutely drop back. I mean, maybe they'll do that next year.
That would be
I'm
so
just
good.
always shocked that they don't have that as like a permanent or some kind of rotation of those. But they had so many cool jerseys with
Yeah.
that plant and the teal. Just so yeah.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode, folks. We really appreciate listening through all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on Spotify and our YouTube channels, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episodes directly, as well as enjoy our other channels. It's full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes.
Make sure you're following us over on Twitch, and if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky for updates.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Saint's Etsy or subscribe on Twitch. Also consider dropping a like on this episode and subscribing so you never miss a video. We love you all and hope the hockey season is treating you well. Champ and Saint, signing off.
Stay witchy!